Hey guys, welcome back to another video here in the Alphapack shop. This is video 6 of the 2016 Can-Am Renegade 1000R XMR Rebuild. Let's get into this one. All right guys, so hopefully you've been keeping up and you know where we're at. If not, go back and watch the other videos because I'm not going to explain it now. Anyway, so where we at now? Boom, motor, all that's in. I got everything hooked up. I got to fix these clamps here on this fuel line because yeah, they are spewing gas out of them. I remember that. Anyway, everything's plugged in, guys. I do not have any oil in it or tranny fluid in it just yet. But we are little by little picking at what we need to get it done. Got the air box in, cleaned all up. I resealed the where the throttle body goes, the rubber boot on the air box. I took it off and cleaned it up and put new silicone. This is all on. Got that all siliconed up. There's no way that belt box is going to leak. Now where we're at now is we need the exhaust hooked up, guys. So I've been steadily cleaning this up. These RJWC pipes have seen way better days, but as of right now, to try to not go over budget for this build, marketplace build, trying to just get it back up and going as good and cheaply as possible. Let's do this. So let's check it out. The damn outer piece here, these are rusted and they spun the inserts. So this piece, this cap is not coming off, and it looks like some of these bolt holes, the threads are all boogered up. So what we're gonna have to probably do, retap all the holes, make sure all the bolts are gonna work, tighten that down with the 2 screws that'll, I guess, hold it in, and then we can hopefully put the cap on and all that good stuff. We're gonna do, this one was able to come off. It is missing one of the inserts there. So obviously this is a, that somebody's been trying to go into these things, and you can't even take the packing out of it to repack these things. These are retarded. I had to clean the insides of these things up. There was mud caked everywhere on the inner part of this, and I had to do it to both. So they're all as cleaned up as good as they can get, and now it is time for that exhaust wrap that I use on a lot of the exhaust on my bikes, and we'll paint it with that high temp silicone black paint, and that should help keep it from deteriorating really fast with mud and all on it. But yeah, we're gonna try and get this exhaust clamp undone as well. Yeah, so once we get this all wrapped up, we can throw the exhaust on the bike, and then at some point, we'll put oil in it and whatnot, and hopefully be able to crank this bad boy. That is the where I'm headed. That's where I'm trying to go. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead, get these wrapped up, get them installed, and then we'll be back. Exhaust prep has commenced, and I've cleaned up most of them, guys, but I wanted to show you. This is what they did look like, and now this is what they do now look like. And that's what you want. You want to get as much of that off of these pipes as you can, however you want to do that. Sandpaper, wire wheels, whatever. All right, get all that off. Then we're gonna clean them up. Go ahead, get ready for the high temp silicone coating. And this protects up to 1500 degrees, guys. So what I do is I spray the pipes all the way up to the exhaust muffler and all this stuff. Do a couple light coats, make sure they're covered up good. And then we move on to the wrap. So this is the titanium wrap I have currently. I will throw it in this bucket of water, and then we will let it get all nice and soggy, and we'll start wrapping all these pipes, and it's going to help with heat and also keep them from rusting down the road. Anyway, so once the exhaust wrap's on, then you need probably another can of this good stuff, the high temp, because you're going to then spray the wrap with the black paint. So it's not going to be titanium for long. Once that's done, it's back on the bike. Then when you run it, you got to heat it up to minimum 400 degrees to cure the paint. So anyway, that's what we're working on, and I'll show you them whenever they're ready to go on the bike. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. We got that silicone paint. We're gonna go ahead and start putting a couple light coats on these suckers, and then we should be good to start that wrap. So I'm gonna get on with this, get it all done, and I'll come back when it's wrap time. That's how they should look when they're done, guys. Check them out. They're all painted up. I flipped them once. Hit them a bunch of times with that black silicone high temp paint. They came out nice, so we'll let them sit there and dry for a little bit before we get to wrapping. Time to wrap. Here we go. This is my setup. I got some hose clamps over here. I use those instead of the metal zip ties that the wrap stuff comes with. Got me some good scissors to cut the wrap with. And I got these long needle noses so I don't have to stick my hands above, you know, down in the water and get water all my gloves. And I'll pull it out with that. And anyway, I'll also use them to kind of tighten it down. I try and get it as tight as I can. I'm going to start down here and overlap so I don't have to use a clamp here. And I'll work my way all the way down. And I'll end up putting my clamp back on this end. And then we'll do the same over here. We'll wrap up in here and come back down. And then here, or we'll probably start here and work our way this way. I don't know. We'll see. But they're going to look really good after it's done. I've done this a bunch of times, guys. So this is my setup. This is how I do it. Got some more clamps down in here. And we're about to get going. Here we go. I got one left. So I'm about to open my second roll. But I figured might as well show you what I've done so far before I got into that and had to put my gloves back on. Check out my wrap job. Yeah, it came out pretty good, I think. Let's go knock that other one out and get them ready for paint. All right, got them all wrapped up and good to go, guys. They're just sitting out here drying a little bit, trying to get some of that water out of the wrap. And once it's all nice and dry, we can then hit it with that high temp silicone paint and then move on in the shop. All right, here's the end result after painting the wrap, guys. So got 2 of them done. Ran out of paint though, so I'm waiting on some paint to be delivered by my buddy. And then I will paint the last 2 pieces, the exhaust parts, and then we'll be able to mount those up. And then we're moving on to figure out what we're going to do with the cooling system. Guys, so this cooling system. Now this will be my first Renegade with the wild boar kit. And I'm kind of trying to wrap my brain around why the reservoir is still left in mix. Yeah, when usually the reservoir needs to be up higher than the radiator, and also where you can fill it. I mean, that'd be nice, right? There's no fill port on this kit. So you just have to pull this off the top of the radiator, they say, fill it all the way up and make sure this tube's all filled up too, and then stick it back on, and then you should be good. I don't see how it doesn't come out of here, but I guess it doesn't. I don't know. I don't like that setup. So I plan on maybe removing this and doing this my way. So I want to remove this. I want to take a part off the Maverick I have outside that'll allow me to tee off right here and have a cap with a spot, the part for the reservoir, right? I have a aftermarket reservoir chilling, kind of matches actually, which I can mount right here. So that's maybe where we're going with this. And then also if we use this, we are definitely going to be welding on some brackets so we can mount this sucker in the center to the frame somehow, so it doesn't shake all over the place, because I'm sure they shake everywhere. That sucker's heavy. Anyway, so we got to figure that all out, get it all set up, and get it ran the way I want it, and then it will be ready for cooling. Here we go. Guys, I know y'all see those header pipes sitting over there on that table, right? Well, they're sitting there due to complications of installation. Because, yeah, they're a bitch to do by yourself, and you can't get to that stud right there without help or without removing that inner clutch housing. I had to remove the inner clutch housing because, as you can see, it's just me. Anyway, so now I done ruined my whole inner clutch housing silicone sealant job I did, which whatever, I guess I'll just have to redo it again. Wasted time, guys, wasted time. So I'm just trying to help y'all out. Please, if you are doing this, put your exhaust on first before you do your inner clutch housing. It'll save you a lot of time and headache. Anyway, let me get back to it and get that exhaust finally mounted up, I hope. Whoosh. As you can see, header pipes installed. Got that inner clutch cover resealed up and reinstalled as well. All the plumbing for the CVT exhaust and intake are put in place. We're going to wait on that outer shield because it kind of covers up over here. We want to go ahead and get the exhaust, I guess, finished up, which we needed some brackets welded on that exhaust pipes because of the brackets broke from the previous owners doing something to it. And so we got that figured out yesterday. Me and my buddy up the road, These are stainless pipes, so a magnet doesn't stick to these, so don't think they're aluminum like I did. I don't know why I would have thought it would have been made of aluminum. But anyway, he had some flat stock, and we just welded it up in there, guys. So that's going to be our new mounting brackets. We're going to mock it up, cut it, and drill a hole where we need to mount it to the rear bumper whenever I get that painted up and get it reinstalled onto the bike. So, yeah, moving along, guys. We're moving along. It's good. We good. We got this bumper over here, the rad relocate. We've discussed that a little bit. We are going to be eliminating the reservoir and just connecting those pipes. And then I found a 1-inch filler neck to go here in between this hose and the radiator. That way we can fill it from the top, and it'll have the little port so that we can have the reservoir ran and mounted on the front of the bumper. So yay! So I'm getting all that on its way. I got a thermostat on the way. What else? So once all that gets in, I'll be able to get back on this and get it to where we can finally at some point crank over this motor, prime that oil, and maybe start it for the first time. But we have to have cooling. We have to have the exhaust done before that happens. And while we're waiting on parts, of course, I'm not just working on this. I got other stuff to do, guys. So I got other people's bikes up in here. I got jobs to do, guys. The Renegade doesn't pay me nothing, all right? I got to do other jobs so we can keep this going, all right? I don't make any money on YouTube, okay? So, anywho, we got this Razor 800 SEO that I'm doing up for like the second or third time. It's needs some stuff, so we got a lot of stuff to do on that. I don't know if y'all want to see a vid on it or not. Y'all let me know down in the comments below if you want to see what I'm doing to this Razor 800S. So, guys, yeah, this is going to take a back seat for right now because I got other stuff to do. But anyways, so we'll stop this one off here and we'll come back whenever I get all these parts in and we can continue to move on and I get these other guys' bikes out. But in the meantime, if y'all could hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Y'all take it easy. Whoosh.